Okay, everyone, hello and welcome to another Rekt stack review. Today we're going to be reviewing LogMD. This is a Windows 10 VM. It's Pro. I went ahead and followed, as you can tell on our blog, uh, the logging prep. It's five simple types of logging that we need to enable um, in order to get the most out of Windows logging. Uh, and we broke it down some really easy steps here. Um, it includes all kinds of cool things, so you can check that out. Rekt stack. The program we'll be talking about today is called LogMD. It's created by IMF Security, and has some really cool features. And it has some even cooler features coming out that they'll be releasing here in at Black Hat. Um, Information for them down here in case you want to give them a call. They're from here in Austin, really good company. Um, just come here. They have a free and a professional version. Um, you just come here and download it. And it really does some really cool things, right? So let's go here and check this out. So you can see I did have some tests here because some of these are pretty long. The amount of information this simple tool can get is ridiculous. So go ahead and run command prompt. Let's go ahead and give it yes. Okay. Um, and we're going to go ahead and go to C. Users. Eggs. Go to desktop. And then, of course, LogMD. Now, I go ahead and run help for you guys here. Kind of explain a little bit of what this big bad boy does. So if you run it first by itself, okay, just exe, what it's going to do is going to go ahead and just start querying events. Defaults last 7 days. You can see that it time sets into the first day. So it's going to do the recent day. It gives you a quick time in UTC and then the local time. And it reads these 3 files. Now these 3 files are pretty interesting. This is what I really like about this application, is that you can run this as I have after updating all the drivers and stuff, and actually enter in different programs that may be running command line applications and things that you want it to ignore, right? Because these are things that are already here. Right, so here's you see it's already saying just ignore logmd, and then of course some property stuff. And what this is, of course, IP address, because what it pulls down, start seeing here, it pulls out all kinds of stuff. I mean, just a whole shundug stuff here. So we got, let's see, let's just do the report. Well, this is in CSV, so I apologize. I don't have anything on here installed because I wanted these scans to be as quickly as possible. But you can see what it ends up with. It's a really nice CSV that you would open up in Excel and let you do things like search stuff. Okay, so if you have a file or you want to look at, for instance, IPs, this will tell you in the last day, since that's when our query time there is for a day, the address that it was trying to hit, the time, the port, the destination, and then what actually was it, right? So we have app host registration verifier here doing some kind of weird connection, likely to a Microsoft system. So you get all this really cool information just kind of chunked at you. And what this is good for, especially in DFIR, is you're able to essentially go back. You can add these IP addresses and whitelists and stuff like that, and then you can run your virus inside of here. Now, of course, you want it in a lockdown system here. I have a pretty interesting network set up here, and then you want that to be that. You can see it has number of rows and a report. It's all real pretty right there. Uh, and so you have this report, and you have this nice, essentially, idea about what your system looks like before. Now, as you come back, go back to this help, you can also see that's just the log harvest. Okay, so that's what we set up. Set up a log harvesting. So this is pulling from all your logs that you now are doing. But we also have two other options here. We have the registry and we have files. Now, what's really cool about the registry, and I have a copy here, is you get a baseline of registry entries, right? You get the registry entries that are in there, or that are in your, this is not playing very nice. There we go. There you go. That are in your registry. So if there's any changes, of course, you want to be able to compare that, right? You want to be able to compare a nice, clean registry, and you can do that right here with the RC option. You can compare the current registry with your baseline registry. So I did that right in here. You can see I had the before, so this is a copy I have of the pristine brand new Windows install, and then this is right after I updated Windows. And what happens, I end up with a nice list. It says keys added, and gives me a nice list of all the items added. The keys that were changed, real nice there on binary and stuff like that. And then again, this is great for multiple reasons. If you're doing data forensics or incident response, you're going to want to know registries get changed. Now we also have one here called files, and this is really cool too. It's something we have in Linux. And in Windows, it's been around, but it's really cool to have this in one tool. So what it does is it does this, right? It creates a hash and then the file. So again, as with the registry, we can make a baseline hash, right? And then we can compare that to any changes. And again, if you're doing things like Windows reverse engineering and stuff, and you want to know what that update fixed, and what it patched, what files you're even looking at, this right here is the best way of doing it. And it gives you this nice command line to do it. So there you go. That is logmd, and it's real quick. The command lines are real easy. You can tack them together, so you can do RC and compare a bunch of files. And it's made to be scriptable. So it's very, very simple to run this tool in your forensics USB drive, and simply have it run it, and it would just go ahead and kick off. Now, I have to say that it is important that you do check out our logging. There are certain logging that is simply, if it's not logging correctly, if your machine is not logging correctly, logmd will not pull them, right? Because it can't access these different logs. Otherwise, it's a real awesome. Again, that's logmd at imfsecurity.com. Check them out. They're going to be at Black Hat USA. Go ahead and check them out. Tell them Higinio sent you. They probably will not remember me because we were having a good time when it happened. But just, yeah, check it out. It's a real cool tool. And they have a lot of really cool stuff coming in the next version, which I will, I don't even know if I can talk about, but I can tell you that does some pretty cool stuff, and it makes it even easier. And it's really cheap. I mean, it's like a $300 for, if not $400, something like that, for a copy that you can give around to you and your other members of your DFIR team, your incident response team. They can just go in and boom, boom, boom. You pay for it once, and you got it. You're good. All right. So thank you guys very much, and you guys have a good day.